Hi, and welcome to You Know It. This is the game that brings people together 5 clues at a time. Josh List, so far, you are the only person that I see. You're totally going to win. Look, let's see. Say something else, Josh. I think it's going to show up on the chat stream. Who knows? I think there is 2 people watching. I think it's Josh and Shelly, and that's okay. Josh, you're going to win. I have a lot of faith in you. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen tuning in the future, what I'm going to do, I love you too, Josh. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read all these clues, all 5 of them, without any interruption, so that if you're not here live, you can still play at home yourself, or you could even play with other people. So there's 5 clues, and we're all aiming towards one answer. For those of you playing at home, and that's Josh, right now, when you know the answer, you put it in there, and you'll get points whenever you get it right. Okay, so we're just gonna start because it is now 6:03, and why the heck not? Shelly says we're not making use of Yogi Sylvain is back, which is very exciting for us here at home. All right, Josh, ready? Leaders. Who has played piano with the Denver Symphony, Yo-Yo Ma, and Aretha Franklin, and got her name from a musical term meaning with sweetness. And I'm going to take away the chat so that people who are playing along later on won't get the answer if you get it. And was the first woman to serve as National Security Advisor, and was the second woman to be Secretary of State, and was the second African American to be Secretary of State. Condoleezza Rice is right, Josh List. Yeah. Okay, so it only shows the chat streaming overlay when okay, doesn't like catch up with that. Okay, cool. That's good to know. All right. Next one. Josh, 1. Tristan Kendall has none. Thanks for coming, Tristan. Josh is on fire. I think Josh could win this one. Numbers. What number is the atomic number of calcium? And is the number of the interstate highway that goes from West Texas to South Carolina? And is the number of faces on an icosahedron? And is the number of minutes in each half of an NCAA basketball game? And is called a score, as in 4 years ago. Anybody? 15, 16? No, guys. It's 20. 20. That is correct. All right, so 1 point for Josh, 0 points for Tristan. Josh, you don't get 20 when you said 16 before. All right. Country. This is a fun one. Makes you want to travel. What country has oil wrestling as its national sport, and is where the Trojans came from, and is the source of the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers, and was home to the capital of the Byzantine and Ottoman empires, and was founded as a republic by Mustafa Ataturk. The answer, Tristan, is not Greece. Josh, you say you know. Egypt is incorrect. Show. The answer is Turkey. Turkey is where Troy was. Turkey is the Byzantine Empire was ruled by Constantinople. That was the capital city. The Ottoman Empire was ruled by Istanbul. That was the capital city, which are both the same place. What country? Okay, that we will do that. What city? What city in the United States is named after a French king? Was the first city outside of Europe to host the Olympics? Is where the ice cream cone and 7-Up were invented. And is home to the largest beer maker in the world. And is near the confluence of the Mississippi and the Missouri rivers. Chicago is not correct, Josh. I'm sorry to say Chicago is not correct. Chicago actually gets its name from a French mangling of a Native American word for onion. The answer, it's not Milwaukee either. It's St. Louis. King Louis IX was a saint. St. Louis. And the largest beer maker in the world is Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. All right. Anheuser. What did I say? Anheuser? Anheuser? Okay. All right. Music. This is a musician who said, this is a whole bunch of quotes, who said, "I always wanted to be a Vine star. I wasn't, thank God. And people are terrified of me, and I want them to be. And it's rare for anyone to value the opinions of a teenage girl. And I always wear the kind of stuff that makes you overheat and die. And I work with my brother, Phineas, and he produces all of my music in his little bedroom in our house." That's it. Shelley thinks everyone should know this. Shelley, I think you should put your private chat comments on the regular chat. Josh, Tristan, going once, going once. That's Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish. Oh, don't worry, Josh. You're still way ahead with one. Okay. This is planets. Planets. What planet was identified as a planet by William Herschel in 1781? And is the coldest planet in the solar system, even though it is not the furthest from the sun? And is the only planet in our solar system, other than the Earth, that is not named for a Roman deity? And and has moons named for characters from the works of Shakespeare and Alexander Pope, and has the funniest name in the solar system if you're very immature like me. And of course, the answer is Uranus. Or, as most people like to pronounce it, Uranus. All right, we're whipping through this. Writers. What writer wrote using her husband's last name even after they were divorced, and used the N-word in the original title of her best-selling book? And wrote the longest-running play of all time? And is the most translated and best-selling fiction writer of all time, with over 4 billion books sold? And created Miss Marple and Hercule Poirot? Hercule Poirot. Is anybody playing? Does anybody know? So Josh said, wait, did you have to leave? Agatha Christie is correct, Josh. That is correct. That is 3 points. I'm counting 3 points for Josh. All right, moving on to colors. What color appears in no national flags except in tiny parts of the flag of Dominica and the flag of Nicaragua, like very small parts? And what color is also the color of epilepsy awareness? And what color is the color of Mace Windu's lightsaber, because Samuel L. Jackson demanded it? And what color is one of the official colors of the LA Kings and the LA Lakers? And was Prince's favorite color purple? Tristan, I'm going to give that to you even though you guessed pink first. Tristan gets 1 point. We're making it competitive here by changing the rules from last week. All right. What state was home to an early NFL team called the Steamroller and an early pro basketball team called the Steamrollers? Both don't exist anymore. And declared its independence from England 2 months before the Declaration of Independence was written. And is home to the first American college to admit students no matter their religion. and is named after a Greek island, and has a 400-mile-long coastline, but is the smallest state in the Union? The answer is not North Dakota. It is Rhode Island. Josh List for 4 points. All right. We're heading for the home stretch. Oh, yeah. Josh List said it before we said the answer. That's what Shelly's saying. Yes. Gets those points. North Dakota is not one of the original 13 colonies, Tristan. What? History. Who was captured and enslaved by a rival tribe at the age of 15, but managed to escape? Was buried, after he died, according to his wishes, in an unmarked grave in the wilderness, and founded the largest contiguous empire in history, and killed up to 10% of the world's population during his conquests, and was probably illiterate, but created the first written Mongolian code of law? Alexander the Great is incorrect. Tristan? All right, the answer is Genghis Khan. The Mongolian Empire was the largest contiguous, like all-touching empire in history. The largest empire in history was the British Empire. In the period of time that he was taking over the world, he killed people. He killed 40 million people. He reduced the population of China by more than 60%. He did some good things too, but boy, oh boy. All right. Next one. This is a homonym question. So this is a word that means a bunch of different things. So what word means to throw something and a group of crabs and a container into which liquid is poured to create a given shape when it hardens, and the list of actors in a play, and a supportive and immobilizing device worn to help mend broken bones. Mold. Josh List, that is incorrect. Cast is correct. Shit is incorrect. Shelly got it wrong, and I gave her the answers. All right. A cast. Cast means to throw something. A cast of crabs is a group of crabs. I did not know that until I wrote this. List of actors in a play is a cast. a container into which liquid is poured to create a given shape when it hardens, when you cast something in bronze or whatever. All right, final question is we are at, I think Josh has 4 or 5. Shelley, can you tell me? Can you speak and see what happens? Oh my God. Josh has 5 points. Tristan has 1. So to make this interesting, this last question is worth 5 points. So pay attention. Who was born in Brooklyn as one of 10 children and spent time in group homes and foster care while growing up? And was one of the hosts on The View during its 18th season. And was nominated for an Emmy 3 times for her choreography of dancers on In Living Color. And was nominated for a Best Supporting Actress Oscar for the movie Fearless. And made her feature film debut as Tina in Do the Right Thing. The last answer I see on my chat is shit. Someone is Googling, says Shelly. Oh, no, that is too bad. Josh doesn't know. Did you see Do the Right Thing, Josh? Tristan, did you see Do the Right Thing? You guys got to see Do the Right Thing. It's a great movie. I know it's a long, long time ago. It's 30 years old, 1989, 32 years old. Another Summer. It's the Sound of the Funky Drummer. And so the person who was dancing at the beginning of that and played Spike Lee's girlfriend was discovered in a disco because of her dancing. And her name is, she's now the third Latina. The third Latina, is it really a really little slow thing? Well, anyway, it's the third Latina to be nominated for Best Supporting Actor Emmy for The Flight Attendant. She just got that nomination a couple days ago. Her name is Rosie Perez. Rosie Perez, who is just awesome and wonderful, has dimples for days, and one of my favorites. And that is it. Shelley just got stunned by the fact that Do the Right Thing came out 32 years ago. Yeah. So, lovely disembodied voice. Because of technical difficulties, I can't hear you when you talk, but I'm just assuming that you're talking. Could you tell us who won? Shelley? Oh, you did it already? And I didn't hear it. All right, Josh. Josh, you won! Yay! Josh won! Hey, thanks very much for joining us today, Josh and Tristan and Shelley. I have 3 other people. Oh, there's one person on Facebook. I wonder how that works. It doesn't seem to be showing up on the stream here, but it's been really great to play with y'all. Josh, you are the champion in my book forever and ever. I'm looking forward to seeing you in person in a couple weeks, I hope, up in Seattle. And Tristan, thanks very much for coming and playing. And you made it competitive. Oh, and Sandy, so it shows up. Look at that. Yeah, Sandy was on Facebook. Sandy, did you try and answer any questions? You did? Did you? It's interesting because it didn't show up on the chat here. Yes, no. I'm not, I guess I can't tell. Well, the way you're doing it now, the way you're chatting will show up as the on the uh, on the stream. So anyway, guys, thanks very much again. It's been a pleasure. I love doing this, and I'm glad you guys like joining me, and hope you had a good time. And I hope you learned something. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh wait, I can play us out actually. Here we go.